How to Start a Dark Academia Lifestyle, Beginner's Guide, Books and Decor. Imagine stepping into a life where every moment feels like a page from a timeless novel, where candlelight dances across worn pages, and where the pursuit of knowledge is not just a task, but a way of existing. This is the essence of dark academia, a lifestyle that blends intellectual curiosity, aesthetic elegance, and an atmosphere that feels as though you've been transported into the romantic past. It's more than clothing or decor. It's a philosophy, a mindset, and a way of embracing depth in a world that often feels shallow. At its core, dark academia isn't about appearances. It's about embracing slowness, reflection, and the timeless pursuit of wisdom in a world that often forgets to pause. Today, let's dive into a complete beginner's guide on how to start a dark academia lifestyle, exploring its foundations, literary inspirations, and the details of decor and habits that can help you embody this world authentically. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Now, let's get started. Understanding dark academia beyond the aesthetic. Before we step into the practical aspects of books and decor, it's important to understand what dark academia truly represents. At its heart, dark academia is inspired by the intellectual traditions of classical education, particularly rooted in European universities. It glorifies the study of literature, philosophy, art, and history, while weaving them into an atmosphere tinged with nostalgia and melancholy. It is a celebration of curiosity and the beauty of knowledge for its own sake, not merely for achievement. But dark academia is not only about romanticizing dusty libraries and Latin quotes. It is about embracing the joy of learning, the ritual of journaling your reflections, and the quiet beauty of stillness in a fast-paced modern world. This mindset is what makes it a lifestyle, not just an aesthetic. First steps: building the dark academia mindset. Starting this lifestyle begins within. One cannot simply buy a few vintage candles or a tweed blazer and instantly live dark academia. It requires cultivating a mindset that values reflection, depth, and intentionality. Begin by making time for solitary study or reading sessions where the goal is to understand, not just consume. Create a ritual around learning, brewing tea before opening a book, listening to instrumental music while writing, or keeping a journal of thoughts and philosophical musings. This is not about being perfect or intellectual in a pretentious way, but about savoring curiosity. Read books that challenge you, ask questions about the human condition, and appreciate the aesthetics of knowledge. Even something as simple as slowing down to notice how light falls across your study desk can connect you more deeply with the dark academia spirit. The essential reading list. Books to begin with. Books are at the heart of dark academia, and the best way to start immersing yourself is through literature that explores themes of mortality, knowledge, friendship, and existential reflection. Classics like The Secret History by Donna Tartt are often called the quintessential dark academia novel, blending intellectual elitism with tragic beauty. But you don't have to limit yourself to contemporary works. Step into the classics. Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, or even the poetry of Lord Byron and John Keats. Greek tragedies and philosophical texts also form part of this foundation. Reading Plato's dialogues or Sophocles' plays can transport you into the intellectual core of the aesthetic. These works reflect on timeless questions of ethics, knowledge, and the fragility of life. And don't forget the Gothic influence. Bram Stoker's Dracula or Edgar Allan Poe's haunting short stories capture the mysterious and shadowy mood that so often defines the ambience of dark academia. Clothing and fashion. Dressing the part without pretension, fashion is often the most recognizable entry point into dark academia. Yet it is not about chasing trends, but rather curating timeless pieces. The wardrobe typically leans toward neutral, earthy, and autumnal colors: browns, blacks, creams, deep greens, and burgundy. Wool coats, tweed blazers, pleated skirts, Oxford shoes, and turtlenecks are staples. The key is to choose clothing that feels comfortable, intellectual, and slightly vintage. Thrift stores often offer treasures that perfectly suit the dark academia look, from old leather satchels to wool scarves that could have belonged to a student from decades past. Creating a dark academia study space. The atmosphere of your surroundings is as important as your mindset. A dark academia study space is not about expensive decor, but about intentional details that evoke a scholarly ambience. Begin with lighting. Warm, dim lighting is essential. Swap harsh white bulbs for soft, golden tones. Candles, lanterns, or vintage desk lamps add both charm and coziness. The furniture does not have to be new. Wooden desks, old bookshelves, or even secondhand chairs with character can become the backbone of your space. Stack books casually, display a globe or a vintage clock, and hang prints of classical art or old maps on the wall. Small details like brass bookmarks, dried flowers in a vase, or handwritten letters pinned to a corkboard make the space feel personal and atmospheric. Habits that bring the lifestyle alive. Dark academia thrives on habits that ground you in intellectual and artistic pursuits. Journaling is one of the most important. Dedicate time to reflect, not only on daily events but on ideas, emotions, and philosophies. Write about the books you're reading, the concepts you're wrestling with, or the beauty you observed in a fleeting moment. Letter writing is another timeless habit. Even if you never send them, writing letters to friends or to yourself helps slow down thought and connect emotionally. Sketching, calligraphy, or even learning a classical language like Latin or Greek can also deepen the experience. Spending time in libraries, museums, and quiet cafes can anchor you in the lifestyle, reminding you of the romanticism of intellectual spaces. Even solitary walks, particularly in autumn, echo the melancholic beauty of dark academia. The key is to romanticize learning and existence itself. Dark academia in daily life, living the philosophy. What makes this lifestyle fulfilling is not only the atmosphere but also how it changes your approach to life. In a digital world dominated by quick consumption, dark academia invites slowness. It asks you to savor handwritten notes instead of endless scrolling, to choose depth over surface, and to honor intellectual exploration. Incorporate small rituals into your day. Brew tea before studying, light a candle before journaling, or read a poem before bed. Each act turns the ordinary into something profound. Over time, these habits create a life where even studying or reflecting feels like participating in something timeless and beautiful. Challenges and misunderstandings of dark academia. Like any lifestyle, dark academia comes with misconceptions. Some dismiss it as an Instagram trend or as an aesthetic limited to moody fashion. Others criticize it for romanticizing struggle, melancholy, or elitism. These are important criticisms to acknowledge. True dark academia is not about glorifying pain or creating exclusivity. It is about embracing intellectual curiosity, the arts, and the beauty of human thought. While it leans into the melancholic, it also values the pursuit of meaning, resilience, and authenticity. When approached mindfully, it can be a grounding and fulfilling lifestyle, rather than a shallow aesthetic. Evolving with the dark academia lifestyle. As you grow, so will your interpretation of dark academia. At first, you may focus on the outward details, the decor, the fashion, the playlists, but over time, the deeper aspects will take root. The books you read will challenge your worldview. The journals you keep will shape your self-awareness, and the rituals you build will create a life that feels more intentional. An invitation into the world of dark academia. Starting a dark academia lifestyle is like stepping into a secret society of the mind, one that values books over trends, reflection over distraction, and authenticity over performance. It's about finding beauty in depth and creating a world where every corner holds meaning. If you've ever longed to live as though each day were part of a classic novel, this lifestyle offers that possibility. Begin with a book, light a candle, jot down your thoughts, and dress in a way that connects you to a timeless tradition of learners and dreamers. Dark academia is not about escape. It's about enriching life with layers of thought, art, and elegance. If this guide has inspired you to begin your own journey into the dark academia lifestyle, remember that this is just the beginning. There are countless books to explore, habits to form, and spaces to create. If you're ready to dive deeper into the world of literature, art, and vintage study inspiration, make sure to subscribe to the Dark Academia Journal, where we explore everything from journaling prompts to vintage decor tips. Let this be your companion in crafting a life as poetic and thoughtful as the novels you love.